Hello, everybody. Happy Trans Pride, Seattle. My name is Michelle Matlock, and I'm the founder of Circle Up Productions. We are an entertainment and performance art education company based in Tacoma, Washington. We produce a mixture of events, including theater, circus, variety shows, workshops, speaker series, and more. Part of our mission is to always highlight, uplift, and support artists who identify as LGBTQIA, Black, Indigenous, and people of color. We want to thank Traction and the Gender Justice League for inviting us to participate in this fantastic celebration. And thank you for tuning in. Today, we have the honor of highlighting a program called Sez Me. Sez Me began as an LGBT web series for kids and evolved into a multidisciplinary educational program for all ages. So grab your kids, grab your parents, grab your grandparents, grab your aunts and your uncles, grab everybody, and help me welcome the creator of Sez Me, animator Mor Erlich. Mor, are you there? Hey, Mor.
Hi everyone.
How you doing?
Great, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today. I'm so excited to share your work with the world. Why don't you just explain a little bit about what Sez Me is so everybody knows what we're doing here?
Um, Sez Me is a show, it's an LGBT show for the whole family, which means that the content is appropriate for all ages. It's the show that I made for myself when I was 7 years old. Because during my transition, I transitioned, I'm transgender. I transitioned when I was 33. And so I reflected on my path and I realized that if I had more representation of LGBT people or just role models or just positive something,
Yeah,
I would have had an easier experience being my authentic self growing up.
right. And so you basically created this, what you're saying is that you created this like kind of for your 7-year-old self, or were you thinking about this when you were 7?
No, I created this for my 7-year-old
Yeah.
self. I needed to know that that existed. I needed to know that that was a possibility for me and that anything was a possibility for me. But I grew up being told that this is not and you are not. You need to know that you're valid, that you're affirmed. And I hear from a lot of people that watch Sez Me that they feel affirmed.
We're going to share a few episodes of Sez Me with you today. You're just going to love it. I want to show this first one of my favorites right now.
It's called Mixed Dose, Mixed Dose.
Awesome. So we're going to share this right now, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit about it afterwards.
Mello, can I get you your usual today?
Yep,
I know that's usually what? A plain bagel with Swiss,
yep,
pickles, and strawberry jam, right?
you remember.
Some people might say that's pretty unusual, but I think it's absolutely fabulous.
Mixto, I wanted to ask you, do you get a lot of questions about fluidity and diversity? I always say, there's so many ways to be. I explain it through fruits and berries and drag. What do you do?
That's a really hard question. Sometimes when I'm trying to explain to people, my fluidity, I like to talk about sandwiches.
Sandwiches. Oh, I'm intrigued.
Bagels, right? They have an outside that might look one way, and then they have an inside that can be transformed in all different kinds of ways. You could put cream cheese on it. You could put jam on it. You could put deli meats, condiments, so many different things. The bagel, this could be a different bagel.
The possibilities are pretty much endless.
You could present out in the world one way and then feel a different way inside.
Yep.
Sometimes this might match this.
Uh-huh.
Some days you might decide, you know what? I don't want a bagel today. I want a baguette.
I love baguettes.
Other days you might be like, this everything bagel is what I am. I am everything.
You're everything.
I am all of these different seeds. They are all different parts of me. Why need labels when you can be so many different things, right? There's just so many different ways to be a sandwich. There's so many ways to be a bagel. We all just start out as dough. We don't know if we're gonna turn into a bagel. We don't know if we're gonna turn into a pretzel. We don't know if we're gonna turn into this dog treat. Was this made out of dough? I don't know.
I just Googled it. Dog treats also start as dough.
Sometimes you want spicy, sometimes you want sweet.
Life is a buffet.
What feels good to your tummy? What feels good to your heart? What feels good to your brain? What is the taste you're looking for? What are you hungry for that day?
Yeah. Do you know what, Mixed Dough? I'm gonna try something different today.
No more usual today? What's it gonna be?
I'm gonna have a banana crunch panini. Because that's what feels good to me.
Perfect. I'll get that started for you, Mello. Fried chicken, dried pineapple. Might not be everybody's combination, but sometimes it's mine.
Egg, cheese, yum yum, but good.
Plain, onion, sesame, jalapeno cheese, just jalapeno. A breakfast sandwich. Egg, cheese, another kind of cheese, berries, banana,
egg, cheese,
yum yum, good. Poppy seeds mixed with sesames. One might call that everything bagel. Cottage cheese, tofu that's like cream cheese. Cheese, just regular old cheese. It could be gluten-free. It could be made with New York City water. Yum yum, food good.
I absolutely love that.
Do you know the genderbread person?
Do I know the gingerbread person?
No, it's called the genderbread person.
Gender?
Yeah.
Genderbread person. The gingerbread person. I thought I was trying to sing the song. Do you know the gingerbread person? The gingerbread person? The gingerbread person. Do you know the gingerbread person? I don't know the gingerbread person, so tell me.
It's essentially a gingerbread.
Right.
That's the genderbread.
It's
So
a play on the
someone
gingerbread
created
person.
the gender unicorn instead. It's all very cute, but what I'm hearing is that not everyone felt represented by that. People kept asking me like, can you do like something like the genderbread person? I started doing this in 2011, 2012, when people still thought that they was an offensive pronoun, that
Right.
people didn't know what a gender pronoun even was at the
Right.
time.
Right.
And from the beginning until now, everybody just wants definition. And
Right.
the thing is, like, language keeps changing. I stay away from definition so much, and
Yeah, and that's what I love about that is
Yeah.
that to compare it to the bagels and everything bagels and then the unique bagels, like any bagel, like I think that it's a powerful analogy.
I love that you can just be who you want to be, your authentic self, every moment without having to explain everything all the time, you know?
Right. Well, we are certainly getting there, and I think what you're doing is helping us to get there. Before we move on, I just want to make sure that everybody knows more about your background in terms of that you're based in New York City, and that's how we know each other. As I lived in New York City for many years, and we met there, and we've worked together many times in the past. But then, tell us a little bit about before New York. Where were you born? When did you arrive there? You know, where you are now. Give us a little background.
I was born and raised in Israel, in Haifa. I left when I was 19, and I came to New York with a suitcase and no English. I said Coca-Cola once out loud. So I just came here. I came to study animation, and I found so much more than that. The culture, the people. I spent 16 years in nightlife around drag queens, around gay men. As at the time, I was a queer woman. My representation, my identity was queer woman. Drag queens are a huge part of my life, and as a trans person, I feel like I was in drag for the first 33 years of my life. And
Right. I met Mor in New York City, and we began to just be great friends. And Mor worked on an amazing project that I got to create and be a part of called the Mammy Project, and did animation for it. And then we just continued to bounce ideas off of each other. And when Mor told me about the idea of Sez Me, and that he wanted me to be in an episode, I was all for it. So this next episode is actually featuring me and also Charmin
Stella.
and
Stella.
Stella. And so, yeah, tell us a little bit about that. Like, do you always have a child, a youth
Yes.
in the episodes?
Mixed dough, I didn't. Usually it's Charmin and a child on a not scripted interview in front of the camera. We started, the first episode was just an experiment, and we found that when you give a kid a voice, you give them a microphone, it just transforms their entire perspective on, their sense of power, and it just transformed them. And then the experience with a drag queen is another transformative experience. So we got to have you, and I think that it speaks for itself, really.
Awesome. Let's take a look at it.
Why did the chicken cross the road?
To get the Wi-Fi password to watch Sez Me.
Episode 5, LOL.
Was that really necessary? Wait. An egg yolk? No!
On today's episode, comic realness from our host, Charmin Ultra, special guest Michelle Matlock, star of Circus Amok and Cirque du Soleil, and ramen enthusiast and cat specialist, yours truly, Stella.
What grade are you in?
7th grade.
Wow, that's almost high school. Are you excited for high school?
A little bit excited, a little bit nervous.
My brother gave me some really good advice when I was going to high school. Just pretend you know what you're doing, and everyone will think you've been going there for years.
That's good advice.
What's your favorite flower?
I don't really know much about flowers, but I guess my favorite flower is orchids.
Ooh, orchids.
It's like a large stem, and then it kind of curves to the side, and then it has all the flowers.
Oh, that sounds gorgeous.
Yeah.
Orchids. Sez Me would like to... Startled myself. I just startled myself. And
That was
Michelle
scary.
Sez Me would like to welcome Michelle Matlock. Hello, Michelle.
Hello, Charmin.
How are you today?
I am excellent.
I've heard, Michelle, that you used to work with the Big Apple Circus and go to hospitals for children, yes?
That's right. Big Apple Clown Care.
I want to know, what was the one face or thing that always got the kids to laugh?
I think the kids loved bubbles. They loved bubbles, and they loved magic and music. Everything, anything could happen in a hospital. Anything.
That's really magical and awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Speaking of kids, when I was a kid, I used to try out different laughs until I was found the laugh that worked for me. And I'm considering changing my laugh, and I was wondering if you could give me 2 to 3 examples of some different laughs that maybe I could try out eventually.
Oh, I love it. Trying out different, I love laughs, all different laughs, Like the quiet laugh. You should try it.
I just joined in on accident. Your quiet laugh made me quiet laugh.
Or the robust. Or I like a giggle.
It's like a little.
Laughter is contagious. Even cats and dogs can catch a common case of the LOLs.
I'm so excited for Stella and the interview and what's gonna happen. What's happening? Let's do it.
What is happening? happening? The room is closing in.
It's exciting though.
So now I am going to ceremoniously hand over the microphone so that you can be in charge of what happens next.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Hi, Michelle.
Hello, Stella.
It's so nice to be here.
I'm super excited to be here.
So, who is your mentor?
I think I've had several mentors over my entire life, depending on if I was in school or if I was living here in New York City. But I can say my first mentor was my mother. My mother's name was Andrea Victoria Matlock, but everybody called her Vicky. And she was a poet, and she was a teacher, and she could type really fast.
What specifically did you learn from your mom?
She taught me that education was important, and not only inspiring me to get education, but I watched her get her education.
It's no laughing matter. Education exercises your brains through learning.
What about you? Who's your favorite mentor?
In third grade, I had this really great teacher. I like to write a lot, and I don't think I would really be that much into writing if it weren't for him. Both of my moms were, like, really huge mentors of mine. My parents are gay. They made sure to, like, educate me so that I would be accepting to all kinds of people.
What is that like? How is it to have two moms?
I don't really know. People ask me that a lot, but like, I don't really know how, I don't have anything to compare it to.
It's just totally normal.
It's like,
That's how it is.
What's one of your favorite things to do besides like writing or acting?
I would say driving. The music's playing, we're driving, we see the mountains, or the river, or the rocks that might be falling. You gotta lean this way with me. Lean this way. Oh! I love the open road.
Oh, hey, you're on a road trip too? Great. Oh, we have the same microphone. Isn't that great?
What's my favorite thing to do?
Yeah, what's your favorite thing to do?
I like to go to the park with my friends and just kind of hang out and play and stuff. We used to really like Greek mythology because we were learning about it. So we used to like each be a different Greek god or goddess.
That is awesome. Which one would you be?
Well, I was always Athena or Poseidon or Artemis.
I'd want to be like Zeus.
Yeah.
And with the... Didn't Zeus have like a bolt? Yes!
If I were a goddess, I would be Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty.
So can you give an example of a character that you've played that was more unexpected?
Have you ever heard of Cirque du Soleil?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I created this character, and it was a ladybug character, and it was unexpected because she was really very feminine, and she always had to wear pink and pink nail polish, and she was the love interest. She fell in love with a city fly. You don't necessarily see persons like me or someone that looks like me that would play this type of character, but I was asked to play it, and it was really fun.
They made Michelle into a toy.
One time I played a character called Gladys Bentley, and she was a Harlem blues singer in the 1920s, and she liked to dress in tuxedos. So that was another character I played that was completely opposite to the ladybug.
Did you like one of them better than the other?
No, I think they were equally as challenging. Both were challenging and dynamic, and that's what I'm looking for when I want to play a character. Clowning tips, one is always to, when you trying to say something funny, to always then look at the audience.
So say something really funny and then look at the audience?
Right, so you're like, I'm a banana. I don't know. Or just say something, but you always acknowledge the audience.
Okay.
Why don't you try it?
I'm not a banana.
No.
project on stage when you're acting. You want to be loud and project. To be or not to be?
To be or not to be?
To pee or not to pee?
It's time for What's Your Favorite Word Right Now? Hey, Michelle, what's your favorite word right now?
My favorite word is hilarious. That's hilarious.
Hey, Stella, what's your favorite word right now?
My favorite word is spontaneous. Spontaneous.
Words are fun. Sometimes they're good.
Sometimes they're hilarious.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Thank you for tuning in to episode 5 of Sez Me. Laugh out loud, LOL. We want to thank Michelle Matlock for coming by.
Well, you're very welcome. I had a wonderful time.
And thank you to Stella for coming on over too.
Well, thank you. It was a lot of fun.
This is Charmin Ultra signing off for Sez Me. See you later, alligator.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in so long, and that is my favorite. We packed a lot of stuff into that episode.
What do you remember mostly about that day?
I remember being interviewed by Stella, which was incredible, and her two moms, and just talking to her about that. And it was incredible to work with Charmin Ultra. It was so fun. That was just like this magical moment that we all just connected. I love the ideas, but I didn't know how it was gonna, turn out and develop. And so even when I watch it now, I'm just like, absolutely brilliant. So much fun.
It's important to know that we make the whole episode around the kid and what they're interested in. The kid is a star. The kid is the center of the universe. And what I forgot to mention before is the whole stigma about LGBT adults around kids is real. Seeing that you're teaching a tip on how to do something, and then Stella using it, like right that you said,
I'm a banana.
And then when Stella signed off,
Spontaneous.
she did.
I totally noticed that. That was so awesome.
In the episode with Ezra, you could see Ezra really looking at Charmin and taking notes. And those are the moments that are most important for me, because you did not know Stella before, and Joy didn't know Charmin, and Ezra knew Charmin but was still, on the spot, and you just see the chemistry.
I know that you've been doing quite a few things in the community and programming for schools, events that have been happening. Tell us a little bit more about where this project has led you in terms of getting in the community and really showing it.
So there's the website, sezme.me. Everything is available there for free. I have a page about my workshops. I have my own workshop that I do talking about myself, my experience, and showing excerpts from the show. So I noticed that when I speak about being trans and about identity, sometimes people get a little tense. And then I show Charmin and you, and everybody laughs, and we can laugh through it and move on. And for myself, for my own transition, humor was such a big lifesaver for me. It was a great tool for me to get out of stressful situations.
Yeah, it's an absolute wonderful conduit to introduce and get people relaxed about just having a conversation. It is phenomenal tool to use and phenomenal content to see in this way. There's not I haven't seen anything like it. Most of the time children are just so pure and straightforward that they simplify everything. They simplify it so much that sometimes adults make it so complicated that we're like, but I mean, it's super simple. And when you can answer those super simple questions at that age, I think that it alleviates a lot of things that will become complicated when they get older, if they've never, you know what I mean? Like, so it's fantastic. I want to go into the final episode that we're going to share with everyone today. And of course, like Mor said, you have to check out sezme.me and check out all the episodes and all of the content. And enjoy it till its fullest. But we have one more episode. Here's episode 6.
Hi, this is Charmin Ultra of Sez Me. Welcome to our 6th episode, where we are here with special guest. It seems as though our special guest has not arrived. Could I get a producer to check the dressing room to see if maybe we could get a hold of our special... Everyone, welcome to the studio. Our special guest...
My name's Ronnie.
Says who? Says Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie. How are you today?
Good. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York. Welcome to New York.
1, 2, 3. Ronald Martin for the third. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is cucumbers.
And what is your favorite sport to play?
Lacrosse.
What is your favorite color?
Blue and red.
What is your favorite mode of transportation?
What does that mean?
Mode of transportation means how do you like to get around?
With a car.
Okay, go.
What's your favorite food?
Ooh, macaroni and cheese. Everybody knows. Mac and cheese, mac and cheese.
What's your favorite thing to go places?
My favorite thing to go places is my car, Carl. How old are you?
7.
How many people do you have in your family?
My sister, my dad, and my mom.
The Fords are a family of activists who have chosen to share their story in order to help others.
Activist.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, I have a dog, and she's 10. Her name's Emma, and she's really tall.
Well, what kind of dog is she?
Sherman, wait,
She's a Charmin Ultra dog?
I am just now getting word from Hello Mellow that we have flown in none other than staring competition champion JR, who happens to be Ronnie's father.
Hi, I'm JR, and this is
Ronnie.
And today, we're gonna do a staring contest. Are you ready?
10, 9, 8, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes! Hey, Simon, do you want to hear a weird but true fact?
I very much want to hear a weird but true fact, Ronnie.
There was what's it called? A kangaroo that was flexing.
Flexing its muscles?
Yeah.
What did that look like?
Kind of like this.
Like he was just like a buff kangaroo?
Yeah.
What's so weird about a buff kangaroo?
Because most animals don't really have that big of muscle. Cause his muscles are like this big.
Whoa, that's humongous.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Looks like I won again.
Tell me, Ronnie, what does the word weird mean to you? Like, what makes something weird?
Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but like it means like kind of hard to explain.
Weird. Maybe we should look up the definition together.
Yeah.
We're just gonna look for weird. It's all the way in the back of the dictionary. Will you help me turn the pages? There's a lot of them. Weird means in the dictionary involving or suggesting the supernatural. Fantastic or bizarre is also a way to say the word weird. After seeing the definition, Ronnie, what did we learn about the word weird?
It means like kind of interesting.
Oh. Now that you know there's a muscular kangaroo out there, is it weird if you saw another muscular kangaroo?
Well, there's actually 2 that do that, but it'd be weird if they're like 3 or more.
So, let me get this right. 2 is pretty normal. If there's 3 muscular kangaroos, super weird.
Yeah.
Says who?
Says Ronnie.
Winner's round.
Winner's round.
Yep.
Are you ready for this? Let me know how you're feeling.
Bring it.
Staring contest starts. Now. Oh.
I found out that we share a weird but true fact.
We both do ballet.
Yeah. We were both the only boys in our ballet class.
Uh-huh.
What was it like to be the only boy in ballet?
I felt kind of like alone because there are no other boys. But only that one time there was, but only once.
I also was the only boy in my ballet class for a very long time. If I saw Ronnie standing alone in ballet class, I would totally go up and say hi to him.
Me too.
I like sport things, like sports.
You know, I never played sports, Ronnie.
Dancing is a sport.
I'm sorry, can we get that again? Officially?
Dancing is like when you get your exercise out, kind of. In the sports, you usually get your exercise.
Maybe I am good at sports then. Thanks, Ronnie.
Hey, hello, Mello. This is Charmin Ultra. Yeah, I just noticed on my calendar that it's time for my monthly mosquito mud bath, so I have to take off.
Okay.
If you could just come on camera for me, I'd really appreciate it.
I'll be there in 5. I made muffins. Raspberry, blueberry, blackberry, salmonberry. There's so many ways to berry.
I'm sorry, I think I'm losing you.
I said there's so many ways to berry.
Be in the studio in 5. Okay, thanks, bye.
What do you identify as? What's your gender?
I go by a boy.
There's so many kinds of gender. For example, agender, cisgender, genderqueer, non-binary, binary, transgender.
My sister's transgender.
Oh, there's also so many ways to be trans.
She told us that she wanted to be a girl first, but she didn't know what transgender meant, and she didn't even know that was a word yet. And then I was actually the first one to keep calling her Ellie, and because it took my mom and dad, it took a while for them to remember.
It takes time to get used to change and practice. Did anything change since then about how your relationship with Ellie is?
We do the same things except she's just a girl now. Well, she was always a girl, we just didn't know.
Tips on how to be a brother with Ronnie.
You have to take care of your little sister or little brother. You try and help them with things.
What do you help Ellie with?
Like, when she first tried to ride a bike, I helped her with it.
Yeah? Does she ride a bike now?
She rides a two-wheeler like me.
Wow, no training wheels?
No.
And did you help her get there?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a class act older brother to me.
Class act older brother.
This is Charmin Ultra signing off. We want to give a special thank you to Ronnie and JR for spending time with us. And remember, everyone out there, there's so many ways to be. Says who? Says we.
Oh my gosh. Yay! That was so amazing. Love, 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 love. I love that it's just that it's a brother, big brother perspective. I think that's so super important. That type of, support. And who is the young person in this one?
This is Ronnie. We met the Fords, Ronnie's parents and sister, at the Gender and Family Project conference. I was lucky enough to get Ronnie on camera with Charmin.
Mor, thank you so much for coming on today. Thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for sharing your work with us.
Thank you so much for having me, and happy Trans Pride.
Yay! Happy Trans Pride.